Hi guys, welcome to the Brethren. My name is Renee and this is Fictional Crafts, and this is number 7 of my independent sci-fis. I've read more, but I'm only counting new authors and new series, so like if I'm reading other books in the same series, it's not getting counted as a number. But anyway, this is going to actually be, unfortunately, my first DNF, which is a real shame because I had high hopes for this book. This is the Battleship Chronicles, A Star's Call by Eclaire. And this is one hell of a chunky monkey, and I was not looking forward to reading all 6 books in the series, but I don't think that is entirely... Ooh, my hair. I don't think that was entirely the reason I did not get on well with this book. So this is a DNF. I read about 3 chapters. Yes. What would you like to protest today? And I think what I'm going to do is, because it's based around a battleship who decides to decommission and become human. So they're sort of like an AI-ish thing. And they're put inside a human body. And what they do is they help raise the child of their last captain. Now, I thought their captain had died, but like one of the last lines I read was her when she almost died. And I'm like, hang on. I think there's just another example of the problems that I have with this book. And that is essentially, developmental edits exist for reasons, people. This book is well written on a structural level, on a sentence structural level. This book is very well written. There's not many. I didn't pick up any spelling mistakes in the amount I read. Sentence structure's nice, clean, concise. The problem is the content. So I'm going to read you my questions that I had at the end of chapter 3 and where I put this book down. Okay. I like the idea, but is her body human, android, or mechanical? Why does she tell everyone she's a ship if they hate that? How does her human body have ship connections and abilities? What disgusting asshole approved a teenage female-coded body for a conscience when it would never age? And that needed to raise a child? Ew. How the fuck did Sev volunteer her? She doesn't have autonomy. She doesn't have rights. How was she volunteered back into the Navy without her consent or knowledge? Why did she just accept it? Has she coded herself to believe that he is her captain and she must do what he says? Or does she just not think at all? Why, after constantly saying she missed touching the void, did she want to stay in her human, in inverted commas, body? Why didn't they allow battleships with experience back as battleships? That's like taking a human general who's retired, bringing him back into service, and then saying you have to start off as a private again. Why is she staying human? Can you tell that's a crutch point? Why the fuck is she in a teenage girl body that won't age, even though her mind will? She reads young and not experienced, yet has seen, I think it was 5 captains or something, and a pile of tours. She's had humans living in her for years. Who approved a female presenting teenage body? For fuck's sake. I really wanted to like this book because I like the idea of a battleship being decommissioned and its intelligence being put into an android body or something, but it's like the author wanted them to be a battleship, but didn't want them to be a battleship. They wanted them to have experience, but didn't want them to be experienced. And the fact that she is in a teenage body that will not age, which is mentioned, and it's only sort of like implied that they didn't tell her that her body will not age, and then they went and approved seemingly a 16, 17 looking body. Now, I'm just angry all over again. Now, I would, yeah, if you know of any adult science fiction independently published books, please let me know in the comments. Have you read this? What are your thoughts? Should I keep going with it? At this point, it is a DNF. It's going onto the shelf simply because I am keeping all of these books until this project is at an end, and then it will be donated probably to a little library. But I would say like, comment and subscribe, but we're all adults here. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'll see you in the next video.